Hey, what's up, guys? It's Punk Rock Prepper 412 here. Gonna do a little bit of an explanation on how I make these blades from scratch. Basically, I'm gonna walk you through the steps up to this point, and I'm gonna do another video after this, following the hardening, and I'm gonna take you up to this point so far where I'm at. Now, what we have here is a blade. I'm just referring to it as a Jafar right now, and you're gonna see why, because I don't know if you've seen the movie Aladdin, if you've been living under a rock for 25 years, but you probably know what I'm talking about. So, this is the blade I'm working on. It reminds me of some shit out of Aladdin, so I call it the Jafar for now. Now, what we got here is obviously a small blade, as opposed to these ones. Um, it's what we do is we take bar stock, which is about the width of this, a little more, and we do a profile grind. Start with the handle. Now this is meant to fit my hand. You have to grasp nicely around there. Full tang only. I refuse to do anything but a full tang because I've had bad experiences with anything not full tang breaking the handles. What we do is we get the shape of the blade first. Now this one I decided to do this. It's kind of a clip point. I don't, know exactly what these things are called, but I wanted to go for an almost like Arabian look with this one. And if I can get it to focus, you can see it has kind of a swept back design. Also has like a diamond shaped hilt. It's got to have stoppage. This one's going to be wrapped in paracord. I'm going to do a few in glass filled nylon. Also, God, I forget what that crap's called. Not wood, plastic stuff. You can zoom in on this. What it is we want to get the blade grind on two angles, and it's very important. The shape of the blade on this side has to be the same as on the other side. So what we do is we do a contour grind on this side, and you'll see there's two different angles here, and they both meet in the middle, both on the front and the back clip. And the idea is to get them dead center between the two of them. See if I can get this thing to focus. There we go. And that gets you the form before you do the hardening. Now, you never go to a full sharpening before hardening. This hardening has a, well, the density of the steel. And if you do a full grind first, it has a tendency to wear on the blade a little too much. You want to do your last grind after hardening. Get this, there we go. So what you do is you get this outside grind is going to get you to your halfway point on the width of the blade, and the inside grind is going to get you the shape of the grind. So that's how we get our initial shape of the knife itself. It's really rough, but what we do is we send it to hardening. After that, it cooks, I think, at 350 degrees, basically like an oven, but it stays there for 40 hours. And 1045 steel is a medium carbon steel. It's considered mild steel. That's what this is made out of. I think this is 1/8 by 1 was what this flat bar stock was. Ground it into this shape, and now we have our shaping. I like the paracord wrap just because it gives you 4.5 feet of paracord to use, and it still gives you a nice handle to grip onto. I might do something different with this, I'm not sure. After this point, we try to get a mirror on the other side. Now this is what I started with, was just clean up grind, just enough to shape and end up with this on both sides, send it to hardening, and once it comes back, we're going to do our final blade grind on this, which is going to be a hollow grind, which is actually the opposite of this, because this is an outward. Now if we look down this, we want to make sure we make it to our halfway point in the width of the blade. Now I scored this and I met it right around middle. I leave about a 30-second in between the two grinds, this side and the other side. The other side is obviously not done yet. After I complete that, we send it to hardening. Now there's some warpage, and what I do is I put it through a machine called a blancher, and I've shown that in one of my recent videos, where it magnetizes to the table and it gets you your overall width of the blade and also polishes it to a nice sheen. At that point, I'm going to do the grind on the blade from there, and I'm going to put a hollow grind, and then come on, focus, man. We're going to start grinding out from this middle piece. Now this is a semi-convex, which means it swoops outward slightly. I don't know if I can get that in there. Now you can't really see it. We're going to take out this middle piece with a hand grinder, and what we do is we keep this on as sharp of an angle as possible, kind of like this, and take out that middle section. I'm going to run the grinder on there, and the angle of this is going to end up being this. So that's how I'm going to get that angle. And once the blade is done, we're going to send it to heat treating one more time, and that's where we're going to get the solid durability of the blade. After it comes back, it's going to do its final sharpening, and it will be done after the hand wrap. So thanks for watching, and hopefully my final product turns out well.